Hey guys, welcome to BLONITY. First, my little disclaimer, this is not financial advice, my own opinion and estimates. My estimates could be completely wrong. Don't trust, always verify, understand the numbers, be aware of scammers, and you know the best how to invest your money. Please be aware that I'm invested in Riot, Mara, Hive, Argo, Bitfarms, Hard 8, K1, DMG, DigiHost, Coin, Luxfolio, and DeFi Technologies. Okay, let's jump right into it. So, a lot of volatility in the Bitcoin price and especially in the stocks. We were very high. We had a good rise, but since beginning of November, a big drop here in Bitcoin, and for most of these stocks, a bigger drop, like even more than 50%. And this always hurts. And yeah, I'm thinking about this for a while, how to trade these kind of things, because I'm an investor. I'm more like a hodler. I don't touch my cryptos, for example, but I feel after 1 year now with crazy volatility, I feel like, it makes sense to trade these things a little bit more because, we did a lot of analysis I want to show you now some results here. And I think we have very interesting stuff to talk about. Yeah, I mean, when we show to the Bitcoin price, when you look to the MACD daily here and the RSI, it looks like, there could be soon some movement again, but as we all know, Bitcoin is not predictable. Most models I'm following failed. They predicted a huge price in December. So I really think this is for me now the time to start thinking about trading the volatility. Okay guys, so I have my Patreon and we are developing very interesting stuff there. For example, with my developer Nikos, first of all, maybe I have to start a little bit different. I started the company in December with a focus on data right now. We're trying to build indicators for predicting price movements with on-chain and TA and all these kinds of things. So the first indicator my developer Nikos developed is the whale Sonar. I was talking about this. It is based on on-chain data, and it should help us to show where we are in this cycle. I think what is interesting right now, we are very low here on this indicator. So the red curve here is the Bitcoin price on the logarithmic chart. I think you can see it in 2017 with the peak. Also the whale Sonar peaked at 100. Same here, end of 2013, it peaked also at 100. So that the backtesting worked also very good. And what we can also see is that in the bear market lows, we're approaching zero here, also here. So these were good times to buy. Early this year, when there was a little bit FOMO, we approached like 50 or 60 here. So that was, of course, a good time to sell a little bit, to take some chips off the table. And since then we're dropping and we're now very low again. We are at 48,000 in the Bitcoin price, but we are now at the same level when we were here at 30 to 40,000 or here when we are at 10,000. So this indicates there is a lot of room for growth here. Of course, not financial advice, but it's very different to the top scenarios we had in the previous bull runs. So this is an indicator we are following right now. Also, Nikos put a video online here about this indicator, which you can watch on YouTube. I will put the link into the descriptions. The next one is the dip Sonar. So we now have the 4-year cycle peaks, an indicator which should help to identify the peaks and the bottoms. But in between, we have more short-term corrections here. And with the dip Sonar, we try to identify how similar is this dip to previous dips. So we are right now here. Here's the red dot here, and we have this scale again here from 0 to 100. We have again here the price, the red line here, and this is the indicator. So we are now approximately not so far away from the levels we were end of July when we had this spring here of this Wyckoff accumulation. So the low at that time. So this is also a nice indicator to compare different dips. More details on the video from Nikos in the description. It's a little bit longer and explains. So the third one, it's called right now the stock Sonar. We will maybe change the name because we have figured out that it's also useful for trading cryptocurrencies and other assets. So it's more neutral. So this indicator is, I think, a game changer for me, for my trading strategy. It's something I'm looking for since a year. It took almost half a year or so to develop this thing here for Nikos. And yeah, it should help to trade these crazy swings we have. Also, I'm thinking about this could also work in the bear market, because I don't think the bear market is going to be like 3 years flat or so. So that could be interesting. On the other side, I think we could also see a parabola at some point, and that's also important to hold a little bit of these stocks. That's what I'm doing, where I don't trade if we get like a crazy vertical rise or so. But with a part of my portfolio, I will start to trade now. So the positive means we are in peak territory, and negative means we are in dip territory. The more positive, the more likely we are in a peak. The more negative, the more likely we are in a dip. The confidence band is larger when the model has not seen a similar type of peak before. The confidence band is smaller when the model has seen a similar type of peak before. And right axis in red, that's the stock price. Okay, so let's go in. Also, we have the P&L back testing. So the Sonar strategy outperformed the MACD trading strategy and the buy and hold strategy by far. So we're starting with 10,000 somewhere in summer. I will show you now the results here for the back test. So we have this Sonar for all these stocks here, for example, for Any, for Bitfarms, for Mara, also for Ethereum here, for Bitcoin, HUD8, Galaxy, Hive, Digios, all these kinds of stocks we're tracking. We can also do it for more stocks, of course. And the back test here was very successful, and that's why I'm showing you. So when you have started with 10,000, I think the starting point was June 17th. And the end date was December 11th. So with the Sonar trading Any, you would have made like $60,000 out of 10,000. And with buy and hold, only 15,000 approximately. And with MACD, the MACD daily, when it turns green, buy everything and sell when it turns red, you would have made like 24,000 or something like this. So it shows the Sonar was a lot more successful. And we can see it for all these assets here. Only Big Digital here is a little bit different, but all the others with the Sonar, I would have been more successful. And I want to go a little bit into detail. I think Any is a good example. The red line here is the price of the Any stock. Here is the right axis for the price, $2 to $9. We had a nice peak here. We have here the zero line from the stock Sonar. Above the zero, it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's when you're coming into peak territory. And below zero, minus, it's the dip territory. It's more buying territory, and this is selling territory. Also, we have here an uptrend and downtrend. So this is when the direction changes, it flips from red to green here. Also, we have the weekends here, so there's no trading here. But that's also a nice indicator here to see changes in the trend. And the P&L backtest here, it shows with the Sonar, it would have been like 62,000 within these 6 months or so. With the MACD, it's like 23,000, and buy and hold is 15,000. And how is this strategy working? With this easy strategy now, we said for the backtest, we said, okay, when we move above zero, we buy 100%. So before we hold 100% in cash, then we buy here 100%, go all in. And we sell when we go below zero again. Then we sell 100% and go 100% to cash. Of course, in real, we're developing and thinking about strategies to buy or to sell, of course, here and not here. So this could be even better than these results we have seen now. But that's the first back test, and I think it's very successful. Also, we can see here now we are very low here with the price, and also with these stock Sonar band here. But we're still waiting for a trend change to move up again. We also see for Argo blockchain, starting here at 10,000, we would be now, we are holding now, and I'm holding Argo. I'm now at 7,000 approximately from June to now, so a 30% drop. Yeah, trading with the MACD would be 12,700, and with a stock Sonar, with a strategy, I told you it's 20,000, so we could have doubled. Yeah, so you're not riding always the lows here. So buy here, go all in, then go all out here, go all in again, and go all out. Yeah, so that's a stock Sonar here for Argo blockchain. The volatility, we have it for BIG, we have it here for Bitfarms, also interesting. Yeah, I mean, here you can see that was the peak here in November. We had a huge rise here, so the stock Sonar indicator said here, okay, buy here, go all in. If you follow these 100% strategy here, this easy strategy, hold, and sell here. So we would have sold here, I would have sold here, yeah, and I would be not here and yeah, holding the bag now. So also here it would have been very successful. Instead of 11,800 with holding, it's going to be 44,500. Also, we're still, yeah, yesterday or today, we're still a little bit here in the downtrend, but we are very low now. We are approaching -3 here. So levels we haven't seen here in the last 6 months. So we are waiting also here for a trend change, for a green candle here. Hopefully this is not far away. Yeah, so this is Bitfarms. Yeah, we have it for Banksa. Yeah, I think Bitcoin is also very interesting. When we look to Bitcoin, again, the red line here is the price, and the green band here is the stock Sonar. Also, yeah, from 10,000, we are now at 8,300 with buy and hold, but with the Sonar, we would be at 34,000. Yeah, so we see here the drop in May. So this is a little bit more data here. I'm starting in mid of April. So we see the bandwidth here is very wide. So that means a lot of uncertainty. That indicates that we are away from other drops. So that's a lot of uncertainty. So that means also, yeah, you have to be careful. And it also and we had a huge spike here after. But the price didn't spike here a lot. So maybe this wide band here indicates, yeah, be careful. It could be a fake pump here. So in hindsight, this could help. Also with this dip here, we can see we're a lot more confident because the band is a lot more narrow. Yeah, and when we approach, when we moved above 0 here, also the price started to rise like crazy. Also, when we dropped here below 0, we would have sold. We would have sold the top here, more or less. Yeah, then move again above 0 here. Maybe we would have bought here or here. Yeah, the price was rising then. Go all in here. Yeah, and start. Yeah, then we had the peak here at 67,000. And yeah, we would have sold somewhere here or here. So at these levels here, so that would be good. And we're now going sideways. So we're waiting. I mean, it's also a good time to accumulate below 0, but to be more or less safe, it also makes sense to wait for 0. There could be a lot of strategies applied. We're also thinking about backtesting different strategies. But with this easy strategy, buy when we move above 0, sell when we go below 0. It is very successful, and we can see it here. Do we have another stock here? CleanSpark, also, yeah, more or less the same with the MACD strategy. DigiHost, big drop here. Yeah, we're also going sideways now. So what we see, DMG blockchain here also, nice increase here with the stock Sonar. What we're seeing right now, we are going sideways, a little bit downside in the indicator. So there's not the trend change here we want to see when the band narrows and it moves up very fast, which indicates, okay, it's buying territory. We are not there anymore. So yeah, we maybe have to wait a little bit more. Also Ethereum, also interesting. Also the Sonar outperformed the buy and hold and the MACD strategy by far. Also the big March drop here was also with a lot of uncertainty. We had then sideways action in price. The indicator was rising here, was below zero most of the time. Yeah, so maybe you would have bought here so you had a little bit downturn here in the price. So that's also something to keep in mind, that it does not work. We have sometimes fake outs. That's also very important. But you would have bought here, so the rise would be nice. Here we dropped below zero, so that was a little bit of fake out. So it always makes sense to keep a little bit for these fake out things, because the price after it moved again up. So yeah, then we drop below here, zero, sell here, buy here again, ride this wave, sell here again. So we would have sold the top here. And yeah, we're now consolidating sideways. Also Galaxy Digital. Galaxy is now, it's going sideways here. Maybe we will see here a trend change, narrowing band and upwards movement. Hive Blockchain, very, very wide band here. Indicates we haven't seen in the last 6 months such a big drop here. So yeah, the width of the band could also show a buying indicator. Because the market is very unsure about it. But yeah, I'm not sure about it so far, so we have to learn about this indicator, interpret it, backtest it, and all these kind of things, different strategies. That's also very interesting. Hard 8, same picture here. I think there's a lot of uncertainty right now because of some macro decisions with the Fed, with the FOMC meeting and so on. So maybe that's something these wide bands here indicate, that this is a little bit special. Yeah, we have Mara. Mara also outperforming with the Sonar, of course, starting in June. We would have bought here, for example, and we would have sold here exactly at the top. We are not buying here so far because we're very low, but it's going to be soon the time for buying. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know your strategy. I mean, on the long term, of course, the strategy only hold is good. But my problem is that in these times when everything is dropping, it's difficult to motivate myself to push forward, to progress with the company, because when everything is going down, it drags you also down. But if you have cash on the sideline with a clear management, with a strict indicator following, then it's a lot more fun. You're happy about these dips because you can buy, and that's what I will do now. Starting now, I'm still 100% invested. So with the next peak, I will start to use this trading strategy to sell when we're above zero, and to buy when we're below zero in these areas, to have also fun when the price drops. And that motivates you a lot. You can also make a lot more money. We can see this here with the Sonar. Of course, the risk is right now that we will see it. The next leg up is the huge parabola. So it could mean that I sell too early. So that's why I always keep definitely some hodl on the sideline for even, let's say the stock Sonar moves then to 10 or so, and you would have sold all on 3 here. That would be painful. But on the other side, waiting forever for the parabola is also not an option. So it's a combined strategy of trading and hodl. And I'm okay with everything. When the parabola comes, we go to, for example, 100 or 200,000. I can sell a lot at that point. But in the meantime, I will trade the volatility here. Okay, so if you want to join this here, we are building right now a lot of things out. We're building a website in the background. So the goal is to have a separate website, not on Patreon, because Patreon is not very flexible. We want to have the charts with live feed and all these kinds of things. So this is going to be developed. It will take, let's say, 1 or 2 months with a membership area and all these kinds of stuff. But if you want the access to these websites here right now, for example, for the stock Sonar, you can join here on Patreon. It's like $20 a month. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of costs for me for development. I will be big in red with all of these, like for months for sure. But I think it's worth it to do these investments. But yeah, if you want to join now, it's not live data. We have to do a lot of manual stuff there. But yeah, you can. I mean, you can use these indicators right now for trading. And also you support the development. We're also thinking about other indicators, to combine different indicators, to combine the stock Sonar with the whale Sonar, so on-chain and TA together, and all these kinds of things. So there's incredible possibilities there. And yeah, I would be happy if you follow here. It's limited right now to 1,000, the Think Like a Whale quant level here. That's where you get the data. It's limited to 1,000. So far, there are still 861 seeds left. So yeah, there's still some space. Yeah. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. So this is a new strategy for me, because I'm tired of watching my portfolio going down every time. I'm convinced about this technology, about these companies, but the market is full of paper hands and manipulation and all these kinds of things. So I will try to play a little bit more here. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Auf Wiedersehen.